name is Kaylee, and today I'm going to be talking about Wilkie Collins. I discovered Wilkie Collins' books a few years back, and every book of his that I have read is completely wonderful. I very quickly fell in love with this author. Wilkie Collins was living and writing in the Victorian era. He was a contemporary of Charles Dickens, and the two of them were actually friends. They collaborated on some writing. They would read each other's manuscripts and give each other pointers. They were both very prolific and popular writers of their time. Wilkie Collins wrote 25 novels, and I think right now I'm just going to have to make it my life's work to find and read every single one of those. Common themes in his work include big life secrets and double identities. He writes wonderful revenge thrillers with people in disguise. And like his friend Dickens, he throws in quite a bit of social commentary about the unfair laws and how women were treated in society then. Wilkie Collins is well known for having written the very first detective novel, The Moonstone, and this was the first book of his that I read. There's a quote on the back that T.S. Eliot said, "The first, the longest, and the best of the modern English detective novels, everything that is good in the modern story can be found in The Moonstone." Dorothy Sayers called it the finest detective story ever written, and I think I have to agree. This is the story of a valuable jewel, the Moonstone, which is stolen. It's told from a lot of different points of view as each person tells their part in the tale of what happened. Some of them are interviews, some of them are letters, some of them are just narrations. But you get to see this whole story from so many different points of view, and then you have to figure out who is really telling the truth. This sort of epistolary narrative structure is very common in Wilkie Collins' books. Another one of his books, No Name, also has that sort of narrative structure where it's a diary entry or from letters. Wilkie Collins likes to pull a lot of information from different sources in order to tell his story. With any other author, this sort of narrative structure might come with problems, but Wilkie Collins pulls it off perfectly. No Name is about two sisters who, when their parents both die, they find out that their parents were never actually married, meaning that they are illegitimate children, and the law says that they can't inherit any of their parents' money. So basically, they're left out on the street with no family name, and it's about how they take revenge on the people who have left them out in the world to fend for themselves. Another one of Collins' great thrillers is The Woman in White. The Woman in White is about a mysterious mad woman who keeps hanging around, and she only ever wears white. There are so many colorful, interesting characters in this book. I'll just read to you. A beautiful heiress in danger, a suave yet sinister nobleman, a young drawing teacher torn between love and propriety. The mystery in this book is more like it's this enigma. You just have to figure it out. There's drama, there's adventure, and through it all you keep wondering, that crazy mad woman who only wears white, what is her deal? You have to read to find out. I read this several years ago, and I'm just going to read for you the review that I wrote then when I first read it. Okay, here we go. I wrote, "I laughed uproariously, I cried bitterly, I was eaten up with suspense, I cringed in horror, and I cheered for my heroes to the very last page. This is a magnificent lion of a book. It has little sparks of glory all through it, shining out to combat the black ooze of the villains." I really liked this one. I'm probably due for a reread. This is definitely on my list of favorite books of all time. I gave all three of these novels 5 stars on Goodreads. I just adore this man's writing. He really knows how to tell an excellent story. Another book of Collins is Another book of Collins that I've read is The Dead Secret. This one explores the themes of a fallen woman and her illegitimate child and the buried secrets that she's kept. So it's definitely a great mystery. However, in this one, some parts of it were a little bit predictable. So I only gave this one 4 out of 5 stars, but still an amazing read. The next Wilkie Collins book that I'll be reading is Basil, or Basil. I don't know. Apparently, Basil has a secret marriage to Margaret, and the consequent shocks and horrors of betrayal, insanity, and death. Sounds like a good one. I can't wait to read it. If you've read any of Wilkie Collins' books, please leave a comment down below. I want to know what you thought about it. And if you liked Dickens, I can guarantee you will love Collins. Their styles are very much the same. Collins is slightly less long-winded than Dickens is, and his plots tend to be more sensational. Thanks for watching, and remember, the right book in the right hands at the right time can change the world.